Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite midday NFL show on the internet. Roundtable Sports, fourth and forever. Man, I am so excited because tomorrow evening we are going to be prepping for the first taste of actual NFL football as the Dallas Cowboys take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And then afterwards,
Okay.
some Friday night matchups, and then a full slate on damn Sunday. I am jazzed. Richie, how you doing today?
I am jazzed up too. No TD Finns talk, but he'll be back tonight for the AFC East Roundtable. And I'm excited to be live with you, man. This is the flagship daily NFL show, live weekdays, 1 p.m. EST. Tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow is the day, Dan Mitchell. Can you believe it? We finally made it.
Tomorrow
All
is
these
the day.
speculations and the free agent signings and the drafts and the training camp coverage and the OTAs and this, and that has brought us to this moment. It feels like Merry Christmas. It feels like Christmas Eve right now. That's what it feels like.
And see, you know what? It does. And that just goes even further why normally I don't put a lot of weight into power rankings or even schedule predictions going into week one because each and every single team has moved the needle in one direction or the other with the off seasons that they just had. And we're really not going to get answers. I mean, really not even until week two. Like week one, as a great man once said, is a lie. I'm pretty sure a lot of us remember when we all thought that the Saints were Super Bowl bound after the first 2 weeks of the regular season last year. We saw how that all worked out for us. But, dude, a lot to talk about, starting off with something I saw from the New York Jets side of things. I see that Elijah Vera
We don't
Tucker.
got to start off with that, Dan. What are you doing?
Unfortunately, we're going to have to. As soon as when the news broke, I'm pretty sure it happened when I tried calling you a couple of hours back. You were like, hey, man. And so I'm on a meeting with the interns. And I know that it's been about 2 hours since. I know that you probably haven't had an opportunity of discussing this and your take on this. But I am just so happy that we're going to hear from you right now on today's show. Thoughts on Elijah Vera Tucker? It sounds like he's going to be missing some significant time. What's the deal here?
Yeah, so it actually broke down when I was live on Jets Media this morning. And I was not live for the news. I was live for something else. And then this news broke while I was live about some big-time Jets updates. And then I see someone in my chat say AVT injured with a sad face. I'm like, enough with the troll. And I check X, and he's done. This is very unfortunate, Dan. He was just announced as the Jets captain, first-time captain. This was the rock of our offensive line. But the one thing we know about AVT, and I'm sure if you remember, this is not new. AVT has been having an injury issue since he became in the NFL. This is his third significant injury. This is his fifth year. And I just feel bad for him individually because this is his contract year. If he went out there and balled out, he was going to get paid the big bucks. But this is the captain of this offensive line, and he is the glue that made this Jets offensive line, in my opinion, potentially one of the best in the league. Not the best, but one of the best. You got two bookend tackles to be excited about with Olu Fashanu and Armand Membu. And then AVT was that glue that was like, bro, he has all-pro potential that can put it all together. With him out for a significant time, that's going to be a big miss. You can't fill in those shoes. Now, the Jets have been having a center competition all throughout training camp. We still don't even know who our starting center is going to be, but now we know because they're going to slide Joe Tippmann to right guard, and then Josh Myers is going to be center. So luckily, the Jets do have offensive line depth, but there's no replacing an all-pro talent like AVT. So big blow. But hey, this is what football's about, Dan. Injuries are a part of the sport.
So I got to tell you what, say that AVT, he is out for the majority of the season. And God forbid, I'm not wishing this on any NFL organization, but even if you ended up losing another one of your starters, man, I think this is by and large still the best offensive line field has ever had. And that's even including with AVT being out for the season. It's helpful that he's mobile. Very helpful that he's mobile. And I think that he has no problem evading pressure. I still think there are some question marks of what is it going to look like once he ends up getting past that and he starts going through his progressions in like certain play situations where like you need him to throw downfield. But I probably wouldn't be too worried about it.
Yeah, and it's not even field, Dan. It's more this running attack that we were really trying to stress with Aaron Glenn, with Breece Hall, with Braylon Allen is running the football. And AVT is just so good in the run game, getting out there in space, creating holes. And that's the part that I'm really upset about. But again, man, like some Jets fans, grow up. Enough with the season's over. Oh, wow, same old Jets. Grow up. I mean, come on. We're just going to give up on the season because of our injury to an offensive lineman? Like, I'm sick of this. I'm out there saying I'm excited for the season. I got Jets fans. You're excited for the season, bro? What do you mean you're excited? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a Jets fan. Does excitement mean I'm expecting greatness? No. I got low expectations for my football team. I love the sport. I love my New York Jets, and I'm excited for the season, even with AVT going down. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so.
No.
So stop telling me how to be a fan, because I don't do that. Everyone's entitled to be a fan as they like.
Stop policing us as into how we fan, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know what's funny too, Dan? I tweeted this morning when I woke up, all capitals. I'm excited for Jets football. Like, let's go. Like, Jets football is right around the corner before the news broke. And then now that tweet's going viral because people are like, oh, now, are you still excited? Or, dude, you jinxed us. Oh, you jinxed us. Look at this. Still excited? Update. All takes exposed.
Public service announcement.
Thanks for jinxing us. By the way, folks, he was injured yesterday.
Yeah. So a public service announcement. Say that you were a grown man over the age of 18 years old and you believe in jinxing. My friend, please do me a favor and text the Tooth Fairy right now and see what her schedule looks like this evening. I can promise you, I can assure you that random guys on the internet that talk about football play zero factor into what happens on said roster. Let's get out of fairy tale land here. All right, folks, jinxing does not exist. I will die on that hill. All right, let's grow up. Let's be an adult. All right,
you know, Dan, I don't know. I disagree.
That from your vocabulary.
Yeah, I disagree. Right hand up. I'm the blame. AVT's hurt because of me.
It's because Richie's some kid in Long Island, all right? Because he said he was excited about Jets football, all right? That's why AVT ruptured his Achilles, all right? That's exactly why
Even though it happened in yesterday's practice, but me tweeting this morning has something to do with his injury yesterday. I should be ashamed of myself.
It's absolutely insane. Tony's coming in. Dan, get it. How about a little gut punch?
Oh, where's Mr. Met at? He wants me to hug Mr. Met. We're in the final stretch of playoffs. Here we go, Tony.
Yeah, dude. He wants a hug, Mr. Met. That is a conversation. Dominate. So I'll tell you what. So obviously I'm super excited about Sunday Night Football. And while I'm not going to preview this game because I don't want to give the disservice to TD for not being here during the preview, I thought that this was pretty interesting from the Baltimore Ravens side of things. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here of a recent update. It sounds that since Isaiah Likely broke his foot, I believe mid-July during training camp, he is now officially not able to play against the Buffalo Bills. So now the Ravens are likely going to be without Alexander, which from everything I hear, he's still rehabbing from the injury he suffered last year. They are also going to be without Isaiah Likely as well. And Richie, when I tell you that their EPA is night and day when Isaiah Likely is not on the field, it's insane. They are an entire different offense as far as effectiveness once their tight end 2 is not out on the field. And I think a lot of Ravens fans probably really aren't feeling too good about Mark Andrews getting the call, especially since he has really made himself famous over in the Bill Stadium last year during the playoff time. Now, granted, we still have no idea who's going to be CB2 for this team. Where it stands, Trey White is currently not practicing. Benford is currently limited with a lower leg injury, which is a fancy way of saying he has a lower ankle sprain. And a lot of question marks, man. A lot of question marks. So I'm curious from your end. And so again, I feel like we're not going to preview it because I do want to save that for when TD gets back. But thoughts on how the Ravens are going to adjust to this with some of these two key pieces out.
So it's Isaiah Likely and who's the second one?
It's going to be Jair Alexander. He's more than likely not going to be playing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting adjustment. Now, the cool thing about the Ravens is they don't have just one tight end. They got 2. Mark Andrews is a solid vet that was the starting guy before Isaiah Likely came on the scene last year. So I'm not going to read too much into it. Lamar Jackson has proven that he can make plays. And I do think their wide receiving core is a little bit slept on. And
Yeah.
one player individually that I think does not get enough credit in that receiver room for the Baltimore Ravens is Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman had a really good season last year. They added DeAndre Hopkins that I'm not really expecting much from him, but he's a number 3 behind Zay Flowers, who's a stud, and then you got Bateman, and then you of course have Derrick Henry, and then you have Lamar Jackson. Like they got enough firepower. They got a legit like star talent at the quarterback position. I still think the Baltimore Ravens are going to be fine. Jair Alexander being out is going to be a little bit something that Josh Allen can probably take advantage of in the first game. But they still got Humphrey, I believe, and, Kyle Hamilton. So it's not like they are missing much outside of that. So we'll see. But unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game, and you got to be able to show that you can deal with adversity with these injuries. The best teams have the best depth, and the best coaching staff can get the most out of them. I think the Ravens have that.
Spoiler alert, I have a feeling that Buffalo wins this game. Like, just based off.
Spoiler alert!
I really do. Spoiler alert.
Would you say that the Baltimore Ravens have a elite coaching staff? Like their coaching has been elite?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
for sure.
I made a video about the Baltimore Ravens on Touchdown Kingdom, and it's all about the Baltimore Ravens. And the first part of it, it said, the Ravens have an elite coaching staff, and the comments are flooded in the video. Elite coaching. You lost me there. And I think it's Ravens fans themselves saying that.
Dude.
Like, they don't believe they have elite coaching. I'm like, you don't think Harbaugh is elite coaching? Like, damn.
So one thing I've learned from covering the NFL for the past couple of years, there's Chiefs fans out there that wanted Andy Reid fired after he lost to the Super Bowl, right? Like, fans are always the first to line the picket lines and demand that their head coach gets canned. It's crazy to me, too, with Pittsburgh Steelers fans say the exact same thing, where Tomlin has them completely consistent regardless of who's at the quarterback position and regardless of what teams that they have or what injuries that they suffer. Yeah, dude, look, I wish that he had a bit more of playoff success. Obviously, he won a Super Bowl, right? So, like, we can give him credit there. But it's largely based off of their personnel for me, especially with their success for the past 2 years in the regular season. It's a quality team, and so they draft well. And I honestly feel that the same credit that we give the Philadelphia Eagles for drafting well, I feel like we need to give that same credit to Baltimore. I feel like they're dangerously close to how Howie Roseman runs that organization, as far as how, like, they just hit home run after home run and after home run when it comes into, like, free agency and also in the draft. It's a very quality front office.
Yeah, and I feel like fans criticize their own team more than, like, external fans. Like, I look at, like, the Ravens fans criticizing their team, and then me, from my perspective, seeing the Ravens, I'm like, you're kidding me? Like, what? Yeah. I get it. It's a different standard. And I'm sure, like, the Buffalo Bills fan, like, you probably criticize your Bills in a way where I'm like, yeah. And I guess that's just levels to it, because I'm a Jets fan. I see it from a different lens of just being terrible, and I'm just, like, looking for competence. So I'm like, you're criticizing that? Like, I'm just trying to be relevant. So I guess that's definitely a way to look at it. We got a super chat from our guy, DF Forever. Dwayne, $5. Jair Alexander has not practiced yet and not looking good. If Alexander is out, it's likely Marlon Humphrey plays right corner like he has in the past. Shakir.
So Marlon's going to be interesting. I really, really like, surprisingly enough, it's what Keon Coleman is going to be an X factor at this game, because he's going to be going up against a Woozy more than likely. It's that or TJ Tampa. Is
Keon Coleman going to break out? I'm seeing all this hype around this game.
I mean, dude, he's been looking good in training camp.
Do I buy into it?
I mean, dude, he's been looking good in training camp so far. I haven't bought into it because I need to see it proven. But what I want is Keon Coleman to actually be used, and so the way that he was used in college, right? Use him as your red zone target, like use him as your contested catch guy. He's tremendous with yards after the catch too. He's a big body, strong wide receiver. Like, utilize him, dude. Like, that's like basically like where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, folks, the week 1 slate is upon us. All right. And we have a game that I find to be pretty interesting. Somebody DM me, I think it was a couple of days ago, big Falcons fan, right? Massive Atlanta Falcons fan. And he's just like, Dan Mitchell, I need a preview from the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tell me, my friend, who comes out on top in that showdown? Richie, let's preview this bad boy. Have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Atlanta. Now, the Bucs were indeed the NFC South champions, but remember, folks, the Falcons swept the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year.
Ooh.
A very rare occurrence. However, the Bucs ended up winning, but the Falcons did sweep them. They have a brand new quarterback in Penix, who has been looking very good in the preseason, also in training camp. What do you got on this one, Rich? Talk to me.
This is going to be a good one, man. I love this matchup to start off the season. An NFC South battle. Shout out to the NFC South Roundtable. They've been absolutely killing it. Make sure you guys go check them out for their preview of this game, of course. And I think they bring up a lot of good points in this one. I'm very high on the Atlanta Falcons this year, but it's still one of those things where I have to see it before I can really believe in it. Because who is Michael Penix? We don't know yet. We don't know who he is as an NFL quarterback in this league. We got to let him go out there and prove himself. But boy, does he got the weapons. I mean, you can argue he's got one of the best weapons in the league. I mean, not the best, but one of them. I mean, Bijan Robinson is one of the best running backs in the NFL. You got Tyler Algier next to him as a really good number 2 running back. Drake London, slept on. You got Mooney, slept on. Kyle Pitts, who's no one's drafting in fantasy anymore, which I think is hilarious. And a solid O-line. Like, there's no reason why Michael Penix cannot level it up. But then the champions of the NFC South were the Buccaneers. Oh, baby, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. I don't really know where I'm leaning. I am leaning towards Atlanta in this one. But at the same time, there's part of me that's like, I don't know, Mo. The Buccaneers, they kind of own this division. No, you said the Falcons swept the Bucs last year, correct?
Yes. So the Falcons swept the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers ended up winning the division. So that's kind of
so. Yeah,
one
I'm going to
of
go
those
with
things.
Atlanta in this game at home as well.
So you're going with Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Chris Godwin is still questionable at this point. Will he play? Even if he doesn't, or even if he does, he would likely be on a pitch count. I love that wide receiving core already. I love it already. Even without Chris Godwin, I think that these weapons are going to be too much for Atlanta. Yes, don't sleep on some of their defensive weapons, right? Love their pass rush, love some of their secondary, but how are you going to contain a Mike Evans, a rookie Egbuka out of Ohio State by itself? And I really feel like a lot of people don't account for the fact that Michael Penix is still technically a rookie in my eyes. Until you have 17 starts under your belt, I consider you a rookie. I think there's going to be growing pains, and that's a hell of a first matchup. Yes, the defense for the most part is old, is aging. I think as long as Michael Penix doesn't make any mistakes, which is going to be a far cry, I'm actually going to have him down for a turnover during this game on Sleeper once we end up getting to that portion of the show. But I'm probably going to lean with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this one. Love Baker, love what they're doing on the offensive side of the football. It's now his 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years. So what is that going to look like? What sort of adjustment is that going to look like? But give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a close one. I'm going to go 28-24.
Wow. Yeah, you're making me sway my thoughts a little bit because I do like the Bucs, man. I'm very high on them. Bucky Irving stepping up as their number 1 now.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin is not healthy, but when he comes back, bro, that receiving core is crazy. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for this matchup. I really do think that it's going to be one of those best divisional matchups of the week.
Solid secondary, too, with A.J. Terrell, right? Like, he's one of the most slept-on corners in the NFL. You still have Jesse Bates. You have rookie Xavier Watts. You have Billy Bowman, who I was a big fan of. He's no longer a safety. He's been switched over to a slot corner type guy as well. So what's that going to look like? But I'm going to have to go with the veteran quarterback here. Hence why I'm picking Baker Mayfield instead of feel dangerous and win that matchup. He's feeling dangerous, man. He's feeling dangerous. Talk to
We
me. All
got
right,
a
folks.
big super chat.
Damn!
Massive super chat from my
Mutt
guy,
Vials
Mutt
coming in with a $50 donation. We appreciate you, my friend. Go ahead, Richie. It sounds like it is Jets related.
Death taxes AVT out for the season. So, yes, there was breaking news, Dan, right when we finished the AVT segment. He's officially out with a torn tricep. Now, he tore his tricep already, man.
Oh, man. He could play through that.
He tore his tricep 2 years ago. So, I'm wondering if it's the same tricep that he retore or it's another tricep, his other arm. That's definitely something to look into. Is it the same tricep or is it a different tricep? But, oh, what a brutal injury for our guy, Elijah Vera Tucker. He's going to be a free agent. I mean, who's going to pay him now? Yep. Who's going to pay him in free agency after that? Dan, can you explain to the audience why you think Derrick Henry won't be a problem for the Bills Sunday night? Every time he has played you guys, it's one of his best games of the season. Also, I drafted Josh Allen in my league.
Got it. So that is a wild misconception. For the most part, when he plays a Sean McDermott defense, there has been several occasions where he has been limited to 50 yards. One game was 25. One game was around 60, 70. And even the playoff game last year, he was held to about 81, which is kind of my goal for the Buffalo Bills to do with Derrick Henry. A lot of people are looking at that week 3 matchup and they're basing it off of that's what the Ravens are going to look like since it's the regular season. But you have to remember, during that game where Derrick Henry ran for over 199 yards, we did not have Matt Milano / Bernard, so we had no starting linebacking core. Like, we had our linebacker 3 and 4 out there. You were without Taylor Rapp, who is an absolute menace in run defense, and you were without Taron Johnson at the slot corner by itself. That's when Derrick Henry ended up putting 199 yards against us. Then, on top of that, all of those guys returned during the playoff game, and lo and behold, we saw that Derrick Henry was limited to about 75 to 80 yards. So, historically, as long as we are not limited from a personnel perspective, when Derrick Henry goes up against a Sean McDermott defense, he's right around that number of like 50, 60 yards. My guess is that he might go about 75, maybe 80, and that's one of the keys for the Bills winning that game.
It's a good analysis, Dan, but
will it
actually come to fruition? Will it be able to stop Derrick Henry? Because it does seem like that is your... Now, what did Derrick Henry do in the playoffs against you guys? I forgot.
He did 81 yards.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why you won the game.
Yeah, he did.
Also,
81.
Mark Andrews dropping the ball helped, but...
Yeah. So he's had 2 very good games. One was 144 yards, but again, we had like 3 guys out on the defensive side of the football. That was when Josh Norman was asked to cover him. And so the dude was stiff-armed right into oblivion. We had a couple of key pieces right there. So say that you're trying to get a good understanding of like what this game is going to look like. I feel like you need to look at the playoff game, because say that you're going off of a week 3 matchup where Buffalo is missing like 30% of their starting defense. I wouldn't recommend betting with that mentality. That's kind of my thought process on this. Speaking of which, we have a Bills fan backstage in the Patreon caller.
Thank you for the $50 super chat, Mutt Vials. We appreciate that big time, Donald.
You were the absolute man. Dwayne's in the building. Dwayne, what's on your mind?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. Great, man. How you doing?
The reason why we will beat the Ravens is the Ravens are habitual losers when it comes to big games.
Oh.
The reason we will do better against Derrick Henry is our defensive line is upgraded. Now, yes, every line is upgraded and everybody's upgraded after offseason. I get that, but I feel our defensive line is better going into this year. A question for you guys, and I'll let you go. If you were to pick 2 teams that are expected to lose this week and for them to win, which 2 teams would you pick?
Ooh.
I'm out. See us.
Shout out to Dwayne, man. Longtime Patreon caller. Folks, say, for example, you ever want to call in with a question and or a statement, something that's on your mind, and you want to let us know everything on all shows on Roundtable Sports, go sign up for Patreon. Link is in bio. It's only $10 per month, and it goes a long way, and we give you a bunch of really, really cool benefits. for me, Richie, all right, and like this is probably going to spoil some of the games that we're planning on going after. I have two teams that I think are going to win. Number one, I have the Indianapolis Colts beating the Miami Dolphins. And that's not me trolling. That is not me trolling. I hate, like, there is this false rumor out there that I hate the Miami Dolphins. I do not, man. Like, that team gives me so much joy twice a year, every single season. How could I possibly hate a team that's an automatic win for mine? Absolutely not. In fact, I would say that the Dolphins are my second favorite team because of that. Thank you for the automatic 2 wins every year. I'm going to have to go with the Indianapolis Colts, man. I love the fact that Daniel Jones is behind one of the best offensive lines he's ever been on. Love the wide receiver matchups with their corners. Yeah, maybe we could like say, oh, yeah, like that pass rush from Miami is going to be something. But don't forget, and so our boy Daniel Jones is pretty mobile. Like, he's a mobile QB, and a lot of us don't talk about that. I think that they're going to figure it out. Plus, with Jonathan Taylor, I have a very strong feeling that he's about to have a game as well. So I have Indy winning that one, and I have the Cleveland Browns beating the Cincinnati Bengals. That's not me hating. That is not me hating. I genuinely believe that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to lose to the Cleveland Browns. Due to the Cleveland Browns
now that
defense.
is definitely, Dan, you're setting yourself up for these hating comments. 2 hater picks in a row. But to give yourself some credit, benefit of the doubt, the Bengals did lose to the Patriots last year, week 1. Mm-hmm. And we all know how the Patriots season ended. Yep. But I love how the 2 teams you picked to lose just happen to be the Dolphins and the Bengals.
It's just how the matchups worked out. Like, there is no ulterior motive on this one, baby. There's no ulterior motive.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Listen, man, I got to pull up the schedule because it's hard to really evaluate exactly who's going to win these games.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. But isn't there
so
really
we're talking upsets and stuff like that. Like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I do happen to agree with the Indianapolis Colts one just because I think that's a blindside matchup that no one's going to see coming.
Uh-huh.
But I also feel like the slate this week is pretty even. Like, there's not a lot of, whoa, that'll be an upset. You know what I mean? There's a lot of even matchups, so it's hard to kind of evaluate it. So we got the week 1 right here. So I could see now who's favored in the Patriots Raiders game?
I want to say the Patriots are due to home
favorite
field advantage. Yeah.
You know what could be a crazy sleeper watch, but I'm not going to say it.
What's that?
The Giants.
So the Giants against the Washington Commanders.
That's a crazy sleeper, like of a shocking underdog that no one can see coming.
Yeah.
It would just be that defensive line wrecking havoc and shutting down Janie Daniels. I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, the Jets beating the Steelers, that's an upset. But, I'm not going to sit here and pick my own team. So, but outside of that, Dan, look at these matchups. They're all pretty even. Like the Titans, if they can beat the Broncos, that would be an upset for sure.
Yep.
I don't see that happening.
No.
Imagine that. That would be sick. Cam Ward comes out there in his debut and just outduels Bo Nix. That would be cool for the NFL. I would love that. Let's see. There's not really, other than that, there's no upset potential. You see how even these games are? Lions, Packers, Seahawks, Niners, Jaguars, Panthers. I mean, that's pretty even. So I guess my upset watch could be the Giants over the Commanders, but I don't know if I'm going to pick them. I mean, I definitely don't see the Browns beating the Bengals, but that divisional matchups, they're funky. Joe Flacco can just have one of those magical games. You never know. What if the Saints beat the Cardinals? Spencer rat-a-tat-tat, man. I drafted Chris Olave in fantasy, so hopefully you can feed him the rock.
Spencer rat-a-tat-tat. All right, we have another Patreon caller in the building. Glenn, what's on your mind, baby? What's up?
Man. Yeah, hey, Dan, I like how you use true stats. You're right. Tell me, what was Derrick Henry get against you last year in the playoffs?
So it was 81, 82 yards, roughly.
How much did Baltimore get against you in the playoffs?
So it was 81 to 82. Where are you going with this, Glenn?
They had 190 yards rushing against you last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, but not Derrick Henry.
Where are you going with this guy?
Not Derrick Henry, Glenn.
Who runs?
I don't care who's running as long as it's not Derrick Henry. I did not lie.
You're giving up 190-something yards. Oh, but that doesn't matter.
What happened that game, Glenn? Who won the game, Glenn?
You won because of
Who
two
won
turnovers.
the game, Glenn?
What you call it? That was it. If it wasn't for two turnovers, you lost that game.
Good, dude, worry about Daniel Jones dicing up your secondary on Sunday, all right? Because it's happening, Glenn.
I ain't worried
Get
about
over here with your shit, Glenn.
That is no good. But here's something else. Yesterday you were saying that Josh Allen was the number 3, but you thought they were number 1 quarterback.
He is the number 1 quarterback.
I thought a number 1 quarterback, or a great elite quarterback, made other players around him better.
What?
Why hasn't Josh Allen made any of his receivers or tight ends better?
So are you stoned right now? Like, are you stoned? Like, what were you telling me all last offseason? Oh, Dan, your wide receivers suck, man. He won the MVP with that squad. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Why hasn't he made the players around him better?
He's made so many players better. Are you out of your mind? Like, what are you said you're spewing a bunch of nonsense. What do you mean?
How many Pro Bowls he made? Pro Bowl players he made on offense.
Oh my God, dude! I'm not even entertaining this troll job.
No,
I'm not even entertaining this. Like, this is.
Keep going, Glenn. You got one more in you.
No. It's not. It's not. He's just spewing nonsense. I'm not even entertaining any of this.
No. If he was a great quarterback, he would at least have 1 Pro Bowl.
Glenn, you would give me both of your limbs for Josh Allen to be your quarterback, my friend. Like, so much.
Man.
Like, what is, like, dude, it's got to be stressful coming up and thinking about how you can attempt to convince me that Josh Allen is not an elite quarterback in this league. It blows my mind. I have not seen anybody more critical about it, and it's just hatred. I'd be pissed off, too, if he bends you over backwards and spanks the shit out of your favorite team every single season. Can't wait for it again, twice a year, like usual. Damn, Glenn.
Get your popcorn, guys.
Hey,
Welcome to Fourth and Forever, your daily flagship.
Whipping that ass, bro. Good God.
This is why we love Glenn, because Glenn is the master.
Hey, Dan, how about this obscure fucking stat, all right? Like, how about the fact that Josh Allen, when he puts his left sock on first, he only has a 60%? Like, dude, no. Stop it. Stop it. Like, chill with the obscure shit. For the love of God, man. Holy hell. Dude.
I mean, we do have TD as a third host. I mean, that's all he does is obscure stuff.
Yeah, he does, man. He's getting brainwashed by TD all the time. It's frustrating. Mutt Vials is in the building.
I don't know,
Talk
man.
to me,
Glenn's a master at this.
Mutt Vials, what up?
Dan, you're letting the Dolphins fans rage bait you too easily. That's what you're doing. You hear me?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Not at
Yes,
all,
you
dude.
do.
Because you know what? Because here's
You
the
don't
deal.
think Glenn just did it successfully, Dan? I think he did.
So
This guy there.
sometimes it's just so idiotic, right? Like, this is like a lose-lose situation. Like, you could just sit there and not say anything, and people will be like, oh, Dan got cooked right there. He has nothing to say. Or say that I get passionate and come back and actually, like, dude, like, you can't argue with a troll. Like, you can't, because no matter what, they always have something to say. It's either that I say nothing and people are just like, oh, Dan got cooked, or I say something like, oh, Dan's triggered. No, not at all. I'm not allowing some bum-ass organization, some fan of some shit-ass organization that gets his ass kicked by the Bills every single damn year to come in here and disrespect my team. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And Glenn always calls in here thinking that he wins all the arguments. Oh, my God, I'm so clever with all my, like, obscure stats that comes out. No, not at all. Not at all. Dude, from now on, Glenn, when you say bullshit, I'm calling you out on the damn bullshit. Like, that's what it is. I'm done. Nothing about that, baby.
2 quick questions.
Let it out on. Yeah, let it out on.
I got 2 quick questions for you guys. First one, Richie, do you guys think that we're going to trade for an offensive lineman, or you think that Tim is just going to stay at right guard?
We should try to pull Brandon Sheriff out of retirement. That's what we should do. He just
Richie,
retired.
what happened the last time that we pulled the lineman out of retirement? What happened?
Yeah, I know, but still,
Didn't work out
that's the only
well.
option. You know,
So,
the thing
I don't
about
want to-
trading for an offensive lineman, Files, is there's no team out there that's going to want to trade their offensive lineman away right now. So it's really hard to do.
True.
That's where it's not like offensive linemen are being shopped around.
True.
So we're
From a
just
shot in the
gonna have to
dark,
deal
though,
with
you don't know. The other one really is this. It's really a fantasy football question. I picked my quarterback last. I will admit that. So but my team, though, around it's good. Should I keep Bryce Young as my starter, or do I pick up Tua?
Oh, Bryce Young.
Dan? Should I pick up your boy Tua, or should I keep Bryce Young?
No, that bum. Hell no.
That's
Hell
one of my
no.
other leagues.
Yeah. You should go with Bryce Young. With Tua's gonna get. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna keep telling me.
He's
They're
gonna
like,
be Tua, man.
right. He's gonna last 2 weeks. But one of my big money leagues, though, I got Josh Allen, though, so don't worry about it.
Good.
Oh, thanks for the call, up, Files. Going against the Jets green, drafting Josh Allen. Dude, I can never have Josh Allen in fantasy, dude. There's no way. I can't.
You need to.
I can't watch like the
When was the
Bills
last
and
time you
root
won
for Josh
fantasy,
Allen.
though?
The last time I won fantasy was when I was in college.
Well, you know what? Like,
That's when I
maybe
had
you
Christian
should draft
McCaffrey.
Josh Allen. Yeah. I mean, maybe you should draft Josh Allen, you know?
I use
that could be
fantasy
it.
as a tool to I need to root for my favorite players. Like I can't root for Josh Allen. That's just not my blood, man.
I mean, sometimes, dude, like
I can root for
you
like
need
a
to be
Keon
able
Coleman
to
or something,
separate.
but
You
not
need to be able to separate your love for the Jets and actually winning a fantasy football league this year. Watch tonight on the AFC East Roundtable. Richie's going to draft Josh Allen.
Well, guess who my two quarterbacks are in my two leagues? And I'm
Who's
not
that?
Joe Burrow with
Okay.
Jamar Chase. And then the league last night, I drafted Jaden Daniels.
And last night, well, look at that, man.
See?
Look at that. I love it. I love it. Anyway,
What a Patreon segment.
dude, that's what I'm talking about. Folks, say, for example, that you would like to come in and tell us what is on your mind. Feel free to do it. Patreon, link is in the description. And let's get
What
it
a
in.
Patreon segment, Dan.
Richie, I got to tell you something, man. I got to tell you something. And so I'd like to preview the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals game.
Because you have something.
Yes.
You have a hot take with this game. Let's hear it, Dan Mitchell.
So the hot take is the Cleveland Browns will beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
What?
The Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Look, It is written all over the stars. All offseason, I have been criticizing the front office for accounting 30% of their cap space to 3 players. You have T. Higgins, who has already been suffering with an injury during training camp. He's probably good to go, but is he at 100%? But I feel like that's all we look at. And so we look at Joe Burrow, we look at T. Higgins, we look at Jamar Chase, and we say that is their team. They're going to be scoring 50-plus points per game. I got to tell you what, dude, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at a couple of the matchups from this Cleveland Browns defensive line. You are going to have Myles Garrett right off of the edge, who causes havoc on Burrow and that absolute pedestrian offensive line all season long. When you look at Burrow and his games against the Cleveland Browns, he typically struggles with that pass rush. Whether or not that you want to talk about the inefficiencies in their offensive line or whether or not it's a Burrow problem, who knows? Garrett. You have Mason Graham, right? A first-round draft pick for the Cleveland Browns, also going up against the rookie and Dylan Fairchild based off of that. So I see a significant mismatch all over the field with the offensive line. How much time is Burrow truly going to have? He's not a mobile guy. So I see Burrow struggling tremendously with the pass rush. You have T. Higgins. He's going up against Denzel Ward, quality corner. You have Garrett Newsome, the second, on the opposite end of the spectrum, who I think is really going to be able to get it done. And then you also have Grant Delpit as safety, and then you have Carson Schweschinger, an incredible linebacker, perhaps one of the most impressive rookies all season. I do not think that we're going to go out there and see Joe Flacco throw it all over the field. He might, because that secondary over in Cincinnati is also a concern. However, what wins the Cleveland Browns this game is going to be pass rush, is going to be their defensive takeaways, and I think the Cleveland Browns ultimately end up winning 21-17 to 17, and it's going to be yet again another slow start for Cincinnati going out of week 1.
So you have the Bengals scoring 17 points with that type of offense?
Yep.
Yeah, their defense is an issue, but that offense is going to be crazy. No?
Yeah. But it is week 1.
It is week 1. But did you see their
Past
limited
couple of
sample
seasons,
size in
they
the
have had,
preseason, though?
Yeah, but it's the preseason.
Yeah,
Like, that's
but
the
it's
preseason
even
right there. Like,
even
no one
even
truly
the
prepares
touchdown
for this game.
But even the touchdown that Jamar Chase had in the preseason, that was not preseason. That's just like Jamar Chase being Jamar Chase. A quick little dig route, catches it 5 yards and just sprints around everybody. Like, I don't know, man. Them's getting 17 points. That's a bold take. You know, obviously crazy things happen in the league, but I don't see it. I think that this is the year where the offense is going to be even better than it was last year. And the defense, I can't get much worse. There's no way it can get worse. It can be the same, but there's no way it can get much worse. That is definitely a bold take, bro. You look at the Cleveland Browns, they got talent, but Joe Flacco, even the running backs are bad now. Ford and then Judkins, their offensive line's nothing to be. They got Jerry Jeudy. Like, I don't know, man. That could be a shocker, but I'm not gonna do just that. I think Joe Burrow's gonna go out there and do what is needed because he's determined, bro. If there's one quarterback in this league that is determined more than anybody, it has to be Joe Burrow, and that's because of last year. That's because of the success, the success that they did not have last year. He had a phenomenal season, MVP caliber, but was not celebrated for it because of how bad the team was around him.
So the thing is that I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the Cleveland Browns this year. And I'm not saying that they're going to win their division. I do not think that they win their division. But people that are going out there and saying that they're going to win 3 to 4 games does not make sense to me whatsoever. Like, they are rolling out the exact same defense, which has always been suffocating. And then you're bringing back a quarterback, right, who ended up filling in while Nick Chubb was out, by the way, still was able to lead them to the playoffs. You have Jerry Jeudy coming back out. Yes, maybe I'm not so much concerned about Ford, but the key mismatches here is the Browns. I am picking their defensive line over the Bengals defensive line as a collective, and I'm picking the Browns offensive line over their defensive line as well.
Okay, so Dan, let me ask you this.
They have advantages all
Let's put your money
over.
where your mouth is, Mr. Dan Mitchell. So on Sleeper,
let's do it.
Who is the proud sponsor of Roundtable Sports. If you guys want to sign up for Sleeper, make sure you guys use the code RTS, link in the description, also pinned at the top of the chat. You guys get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Legal in 25 states. Terms and conditions do apply. There's even a Josh Allen free pick where he just needs to get 1 passing yard. Dan, do you think Josh Allen will get 1 passing yard on Sunday night? 1 he needs. 1 passing yard.
Of course he will.
Are you sure?
Of course he will.
1?
Yes.
You're that confident?
Of course he will.
All right, I'll put that in the ticket. All right, so let's go. This game, Browns versus Bengals. Jamar Chase, 83.5 receiving yards, more or less.
So with Chase?
Yeah.
I'll take more.
Okay. Now, Joe Flacco, 232.5 passing yards.
That's the easiest over on the face of the planet.
Joe Flacco, baby.
It's the easiest over on the face
Is
of the planet.
Njoku going to get over 50? Is he going to be that number 1 option over there? That's a sleeper tight end, man, in fantasy.
He really is. No, I think it's going to be a Jerry Jeudy game.
So less on Njoku.
I'll probably stay away from that pick in general.
Okay.
But give me no touchdowns for, where's Burrow's touchdowns at?
Burrow has his passing yards, but
Yeah, show me touchdowns for Burrow.
2.5 passing touchdowns.
Under.
Damn. The end's getting frisky. Okay.
Under.
And then you got Jerry Jeudy. Is he going to get in the end zone for the Browns?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn, bro. How many legs we doing right now?
So,
Got a 5 leg.
$100 wins you $1,800. And the cool thing about Sleeper, too, is even if you don't get all 5 correct, you can do the flex play. And the flex play allows you to have some flexibility. So say 4 out of the 5 hit, you still get paid out. So that's the cool thing about Sleeper that I love, is that they have the flex opportunity, but that does take you away from the max. So say you did flex and you get all 5 correct, you get paid $776 instead of that max, which would have been $1,800. So that's where the caveat is. But make sure you guys go check out Sleeper. They are a fantastic app, and that's where we're doing our fantasy league as well. So make sure you guys go check out Sleeper. Link in the description of the video, and don't forget to use the code RTS when you sign up today.
RTS when you sign up.
Glenn with a super chat. Dan never tells the whole story. Only the narrative that fits his team. Also, the only Pro Bowl receiver Bills had actually made Josh. Tua made Jonnu into Pro Bowl tight end. It's not hard.
Dude. 13-year-old children vote on the Pro Bowl. 12-year-olds vote on the Pro Bowl, my friend. Why are you looking at Pro Bowl as any sort of resume builder? Anybody can vote for Pro Bowl honors. Anybody can. Like some of the dumbest NFL fans I've ever met in my entire life vote for the Pro Bowl. Don't come in here like flexing like a Pro Bowl like it means something. Tua. Dude, holy hell. Man, raise the banner. Good God. Good God, man.
Oh, man. Glenn. If there's one thing he knows how to do, it's to push all of our buttons. He does the same thing on my show. Same thing. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks, because we're going to be live here on Fourth and Forever all season long. You think this is fun? Just wait till we have actual ball to talk about. Oh, baby, it's going to be a lot of fun all throughout the season. All right? There is a lot of Pro Bowlers that I would not really read too much into. I mean, like, Drake May made the Pro Bowl last year. Come on.
Yeah, dude, come on.
That's because, like,
Dan's on fire today, JD.
6 quarterbacks said no.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about, because obviously I'm upsetting some Dolphins fans in here. So, Richie, let's discuss how the Indianapolis Colts are going to put belt to ass on the Miami Dolphins on Sunday.
We gotta
Richie,
save that for TD when he's here. Or
should we save it for TD? So we
we'll
can
talk about
revisit
it
it
tonight.
tomorrow as well once he is back.
Yeah, we'll review.
And tonight on the AFC East Roundtable.
Glenn's back. Players get bonuses on the Pro Bowls.
That is a completely useless tidbit that was added to what I just said. That was a complete useless tidbit of information that you added to this conversation. Thank you for wasting our time. I'm just kidding, Glenn. Thank you so much. You don't know ball, though. Anyway, Richie, let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. We will revisit this later. Talk to me.
Oh, gosh. This Colts and Dolphins game we're previewing?
Yes.
I think it's going to be... It definitely has upset alert because the Dolphins are one of those teams that you just don't really know if they're going to live up to what we've seen. I mean, when Tua is healthy, they're definitely a better team when he's not. But I'm concerned about their defense, man. I know last year their defense was better than some people thought, but that secondary, man... And they also struggle against mobile quarterbacks. Do you know who holds the NFL record, Dan, for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in NFL history in one game in the regular season?
It's probably Lamar Jackson, right?
Justin Fields.
Oh.
Against the Dolphins.
Oh.
Remember that game where Mike McDaniel's on the sideline and he's like, "Stop running, Justin." I don't know if you remember that clip where Fields is run all over them, and then he runs to the sideline. He's next to McDaniels. McDaniels like goes up to Justin. He's like, "Stop running, bro." Why don't you coach your team to stop the running?
Stop running, dude.
He's like, "What? Stop running." But
Nerd.
You know, those were years ago. That was when that was 2 years ago. But the Dolphins are notorious for struggling against mobile quarterbacks, and that's why I made that comparison. It's because Daniel Jones, as bad as he is at turnovers, he can run the football. And if you're the Dolphins, you definitely want to capitalize on a turnover-prone quarterback of Daniel Jones. That's how they're going to win this game, by turning the ball over. And whoever wins the turnover battle, I think, will win this football game. But you're sleeping on the Colts' running attack. And that's another thing. Are the Miami Dolphins capable of stopping the run? Jonathan Taylor is still a very good running back in this league. They still got Quentin Nelson on that offensive line last I checked, who is one of the best guards in football. And Daniel Jones is mobile threat. Michael Pittman Jr., and they also got, what's his face from last year? The receiver from Texas. What was his name? From last year's draft? Dan, come on. You know who it is. You're high in him. Or no, you weren't high in him.
Was it A.D. Mitchell?
Yes, A.D. Mitchell.
Yeah.
What if he could break out onto the scene? They got Josh Downs, and they drafted Tyler Warren. Like, I don't know, man. We got some We got some talent over there. So I think these Colts are a little pesky.
I really like it.
They're not a team that I see going after the playoffs, but they could be competitive in that really weak AFC South division, that's for sure. And week 1 is a lie. And if the Colts beat the Dolphins week 1, it's not like the Dolphin season is already going south. Week 1's a lie, which is why I do think there's a world where the Colts can get this W.
So there is a world where they do.
Yeah. I've been saying
and that
for a
world
while.
is this one. That you
In
and I are living
Indianapolis.
and breathing on. You and I are living and breathing on the world where the Colts end up beating the Miami Dolphins.
And you know what? If the Colts don't beat the Dolphins, I'll be on here this show Monday, right hand up, saying we were wrong, and that's okay. But I'm going to dig deep into this take. I think that the Indianapolis Colts, especially, this is why I think it's going to happen. You want to know why, Dan? For this reason. Because the Miami Dolphins fan base, I think, has the same mindset of the Miami Dolphins organization, where they're like, oh, week 1, easy win.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like that, that's a loss. If you're ever like, oh, all right, we're 1-0, like not even giving the Colts even any thought that they could possibly beat us. Yeah, Daniel Jones and the Colts, easy dub, 1-0. Like if you have that mindset, that's a recipe for an upset.
It's so look, like I look at so many mismatches, and here's the deal too with Tyreek Hill. Like how bought in is he right now? Like how bought in is he? And we've seen situations like that too, where last year Miami just didn't utilize Hill, like was not getting his targets. And I understand he was playing through an injury, but like with that whole problems that like he was causing this offseason and even toward the back, how effective is he truly going to be? How much a part of that offense is it going to be? And so you have Achane who is playing on week 1, but how close to 100% is he going to be? Like that's a question for me. I look all over this field, and I see mismatches all over the place. I love the Colts wide receivers against the Miami Dolphins secondary. I love them. I love Daniel Jones finally behind an offensive line. I think that he might crack 60 to 70 rushing yards. I also think Jonathan Taylor is going to be putting up close to 150 to 175 on the ground as well. I think it's going to be one of those slice and dice, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Yeah, maybe Tua will end up putting up some numbers in garbage time, but like I'm honestly leaning toward a belt to ass type situation. Like multiple touchdown loss.
I think the key to the Dolphins is they're really good at moving the ball down the field, but they got to capitalize in the red zone. And Tua was not good enough, in my opinion, last year in the red zone. How many times did you see the Dolphins get all the way down there and settle for 3 points or go for it on 4th down, not get it, turn the ball over? Like, if this Miami Dolphins team wants to fulfill their potential, they need to capitalize in the red zone. They know how to move the ball. I mean, they do. They can pick up first downs. They can march down the field, but they got to capitalize and score, and that's going to be up to McDaniel and Tua to execute. And I feel like the Colts' weaponry are very slept on.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Warren, Mitchell, Pittman,
Warren,
Downs, JT.
Look, let's go ahead and pull up some of these matchups real fast.
I think people are just looking at the quarterback position of Daniel Jones and thinking it's just going to be
and they're not understanding like what is around this guy right now. Like what's around this guy. I have a great corner in Kenny Moore. Great corner in Kenny Moore. No one talks about him. I'm going to go in and pull up
who's that
defense.
linebacker? Darius Leonard or something?
You have Franklin and McGrone. Leonard ain't there anymore. Like still have DeForest Buckner. He's quality. You have Kwity Paye as well, who's coming into a couple of years. You have Grover Stewart as well, he's wildly ready. So I'm liking this matchup a lot with Pierce, Downs, Pittman Jr. You have A.D. Mitchell is also. It's a deep wide receiving core. And I like, look, all I got to say is that I hope that Miami can get pass rush on Daniel Jones because it is not looking good. And so have you seen the Colts offensive line? Like, have you seen their offensive line? It is a unit and no one talks about it enough.
That's what they have, the best guard in football.
Quentin Nelson is doing his thing. All right, let's move on. New England Patriots and the Las Vegas Raiders. Richie, and so I know you're hoping that Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders can take it to the New England Patriots, right? But for me, Richie, I am having a very difficult time believing this comes into fruition. I really, really am. I think that they have a very sorry secondary. Yeah, of course, you have Max Crosby, who might be causing some havoc. He might be an X factor in this game. If the Raiders want to win that game, like they are going to need Max Crosby to have an absolutely generational type performance. I'm not really keen on that. Yes, I know everyone's hyped about Pete Carroll. Yes, I know everyone's hyped about the new QB. Oh my God, we have Tom Brady as a part owner. Maybe this is a new time for the Raiders. I do not think that Vrabel's first game back as the head coach to the New England Patriots at home, he's going to walk away with a loss. I also see mismatches everywhere from the wide receivers and the secondary side of things. Offensive line might be a question mark, but Drake May is mobile as well. As long as he can, like hurry up and get his passes out quickly, like really get that game going with Trevion Henderson. I'm super excited about him as well. I have the New England Patriots winning this game. I'd say close. So I'll give it 24-21 Raiders.
So who do you think?
So
you brought up like Mike Vrabel's not going to lose this game, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. This is also Pete Carroll's debut of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's no scrub. Pete Carroll knows how to coach.
Ooh.
Pete Carroll. He's a coach, man. I think that's the part of the Raiders that some people are forgetting about. That the reason why I'm kind of looking at, and also, is Jacoby Myers playing? I know he requested a trade, but is he playing? I mean, that's a big deal.
That I don't know. Yeah. With that, I don't know.
I drafted Ashton Genty in fantasy for a reason. I think he's going to be their Marshawn Lynch. They're going to run that football. They got Brock Bowers. Geno Smith, he's good enough not to be good enough. He's proven that he can be a quarterback you can win with Seattle, but he's not someone that's going to take you over the top. And I think both teams are in an interesting spot because you got the Patriots, who are everything's new with Mike Vrabel, Drake May trying to prove himself in the league, but then you got the Raiders, Geno Smith in a new environment, Ashton Genty, star rookie running back, star tight end. Like, I don't see a lot of stars on the Patriots roster at all. I mean, Stephon Diggs, former star in the league. And then they got a bunch of, like, solid pieces on defense. I don't know, man. I look at this Raiders team. They got playmakers. I don't see that on the Patriots side of things. I got the Las Vegas Raiders going into Foxborough and winning this football game. I feel like I need to see something from the Patriots before I pick them to win a game. Like, I need to see what Drake May looks like. There's a lot of hype around this team. Everyone's expecting Drake May to, like, break out into this quarterback. I need to see it before I believe it. I know who Geno Smith is in this league. I don't know what he is with the Raiders, but I know who he is in this league. He's proven to be able to win football games. Brock Bowers is a legit threat at the tight end position. That's a mismatch nightmare. And I believe in Ashton Genty. Who puts fear into you on the Patriots offense, Dan? Hendrick, like their rookie running back, who's third on the depth chart. That's the guy who puts fear. Like, who's someone on the Patriots offense that's like scary?
So I understand that he's a rookie, but running backs are one of the few position groups where I know that we're going to see almost immediate production from almost each and every single time. Say that it was a wide receiver, say that it was a QB, then for sure I think there's going to be growing pains. But the trend typically ends up believing most college running backs can be installed into offenses immediately and sort of like hit the ground running. So I think Henderson is good, and I think that Stephon Diggs is also interesting. And so I really, really do. I think that like he's nowhere near the old Stephon Diggs at all. He's nowhere near that. But I do think that he's going to be a really solid safety blanket for him as well. Same thing with Hunter Henry. I don't know, man. And so I'm feeling the Pats on this one, unfortunately.
Well, it's going to be interesting because week 2, not to jump ahead, is Patriots-Dolphins. That's going to be fun. And can you imagine if the Patriots win and the Dolphins lose, and the Patriots have a chance to go 2-0 and the Dolphins have a chance to go 0-2?
What can you do?
Or they're both 0-1. I mean, in week 2, we're going to have a big AFC East show because we got both AFC East teams going up against each other week 2.
We got both of them, man. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. All right, folks, listen, as you know, myself, Richie, and TD, and some Patreon members will be doing fantasy football. Who is in our fantasy football league this year? Like, what Patreon members are getting in?
So we are going to drop the link to join our fantasy league tonight, right before the AFC East Roundtable, on Patreon only. So if you want to become a Patreon member, now's the time. And then you will get access to our Sleeper Fantasy League with me, Dan, Colby, and TD. And then it'll get filled out with our Patreon members. And whoever joins, it's first come, first serve. And then we'll be doing the draft live tonight on the Roundtable after we preview week 1.
So I got to tell you what, man, I have been obsessed with RotoWire. I plan on using this during my draft this evening. However, as soon as when you download RotoWire, it gives you an absolute war room of everything fantasy football, including top news with every single player that you have potentially riding on your bench. I just heard that Najee Harris has recovered from his eye injury that he sustained from the 4th of July. I would not have known that without RotoWire. Guys, you are looking at the #1 fantasy football kit on the market today. It is so in-depth. Even when it comes into waiver wire transactions, it lets you know who is available at any given moment, rankings in the waiver wire, the whole 9. Guys, you need to go on ahead and check this out. We have draft graders, league intel as well. It lets you know what is happening in the power rankings. It lets you know what moves some of your league mates are doing. If you want to take fantasy football seriously this year, you need to download RotoWire. The link is in bio. Use code RTS for 15% off if you haven't already. Shout out to RotoWire for being a proud partner of today's channel. Richie, where'd you go? Where did Richie go, ladies and gentlemen? All right, folks, while Richie is doing what he is doing, I need to go on ahead and give a giant thanks to everybody that tunes into Fourth and Forever, makes it a part of their daily routine to tap in with myself, TD, and Richie, unpacking everything that happens around the NFL. We are trying to make this one of the most popular shows on YouTube when it comes into the league. I believe we will get there as long as our loyal audience continues to tune in. Several of you watched the replay of this episode. Say that you're watching the replay. Do us a favor and hit those bell notifications when you subscribe. We would love for you to be a part of our show live. As you can see, we're super engaging with the chat. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much. And so our appreciation cannot go unrecognized. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience right before we let them go?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out the AFC East Roundtable live tonight because we'll be going deep into each game, giving our previews, our predictions, and then we're doing our AFC East Roundtable Fantasy Football League draft live. And I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun to see where these teams are going. I feel like we need to reserve like some players for our own team. Like you need Josh Allen. Like it's like required. I need to start Justin Fields at quarterback. You need to start
Justin Fields.
You need to start Josh Allen. Colby needs to start Drake May.
No. Dude, this fantasy league is actually us seeing who knows ball.
All right.
So no like weird shit. And so I want to prove to the world that TD has no idea what he's doing in fantasy football. And so I want to prove to the world like who the top dog is in the league. That's what I want.
All right.
That's what I want. But
Well,
yeah,
stay
guys,
tuned.
we're going to be at the AFC East Roundtable. Again, we appreciate all of you for tuning in and being regulars on this show. We will see you this evening for the AFC East Roundtable.
Peace out, folks. See you tonight. We got another super chat real quick. Draft time.
Draft time.
See you there, Lino.
See you, brother.
Appreciate the super chat, bro. Let's go.